Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gamefragger Presents. I'm Taylor A.K.A. the Killer, and once again, I'll be your host. And sitting down with me today to talk about an exciting Square Enix game is Pamela Nunley. How's it going?
I'm working it.
Awesome. So the game you brought to us today, what is it?
Octopath Traveler.
All right. I've seen a few trailers on this game. Don't know a whole lot about it. For those who don't know about the game, can you give us a quick summary?
Sure. It's a turn-based RPG, role-playing game. You choose 3 characters to start, and there are 8 total, and you'll pick up the rest as you progress along the storyline, which, by the way, is up to you in terms of where you want to start. Then they level as a team. You swap between them during your battles based on whose abilities fit best for the challenge at the end.
It kind of sounds like an old game I used to play called Secret of Mana, where you had 3 guys and you could switch around them. That was for the Super Nintendo. So kind of already piquing my interest.
Yeah, I liken it to Final Fantasy, like in the way it, I think you have a little more control over who you play. As far as like story, it's got a lot. It's really nuanced.
So why should we pick up this game?
It's an engaging way to pass the time. You can easily lose hours to it if you're not careful, which maybe for some of us is a reason to abstain. But if you're going to be stuck somewhere boring for a while, this is an excellent way to pass time or enable your need to procrastinate, as the case may be.
If I remember correctly, it's only for the Nintendo Switch, correct?
I do believe that is correct.
Okay.
They actually had a bit of an issue the first week of the release. Square Enix had no idea how popular this game was going to be, and they ran short of production for the cartridges. And so lots of people were like super upset that they couldn't get their hands on a physical copy. But Square Enix
That's
was
so
like,
surprising. But I had no idea that it was going to get that big of a following behind it.
Yeah, I didn't either. And then my husband and I were looking at it and we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. You get into it and like you look up in 5 hours, it's gone.
Well, how much time have you put into it already?
I think I've got I'm only 20 hours, and most people I think said it was like 80 something that they put into it. Haven't had a chance to play in a few weeks, but I put some hours in.
Well, that's perfect then, because then you can kind of give us your favorite parts, and you probably won't give away too much of what's going on in the game.
Spoilers, because if I go to describe characters, I have to like give up their whole story, and the story is this game. Like it sets it up. It is very character driven. It's taking on that HD 16-bit motif is getting pretty popular. But the stories are particularly engaging, and the themes aren't just for kids. There's, especially when it comes to Primrose, who is a dancer, quote unquote.
I think I remember in one of the trailers, all these characters come from a variety of different lives, it seems like.
Completely different life backgrounds, completely different.
Like I saw one that there was a guy who he looked like he was well off, maybe royalty type, and then another one who, slums and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, there's one that comes from like a clerical background, obviously if you're a healer, and then you have the hunter guy, and then Primrose, she was a here we go, spoiler time. Okay, so she was born into a noble family, and then her parents were murdered. She ends up through a series of unfortunate events working at this dance place, and her she's in a path she can't seem to get out of. So I mean, they all have different motives and different reasons for doing what they're doing, and it's like fun. It's just a fun game.
Oh, cool. And you can pick any of the 8 to start with, correct?
Yeah.
Is that what I?
As far as I started, I haven't played through it multiple times, but yes.
Well, that's cool, because then that's just one of the characters' backgrounds that you have 7 more to discover, kind of.
But in terms of graphics, the game is actually beautiful, and I really like watching the different attack sequences. It's like how you go into a casino and you sit in front of a slot machine and you pull the trigger, not because you like want to win any money, just because you like flashing lights. Awesome music in the background, so like super relaxing. Which I think plays into why it's so easy to lose track of time while you're playing. Every character has a different story, and you play through each one, and so you have like an attachment to every single one, even though there's like 8.
Well, sweet. That about does it. Thank you for once again joining me on another webisode.
Thank you for
helping. We'll have you back. And as always, stay tuned to Gamefragger.com for all the latest rumors, news, trailers, and more. And if you like the video, stay tuned to Gamefragger.com. And if you like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell to stay notified on all of Gamefragger's latest videos.